Welcome to IIT Tirupati, a campus where every raindrop is treated as a resource, every slope as a guide, and every pond as a living reservoir. Located in the semi-arid Rayalaseema region of Andhra Pradesh, the campus cannot afford to waste rain. Hot days dominate most of the year, and water security depends not on abundance but on preparation. The ponds of IIT Tirupati stored around 80 million litres of rainwater, sustaining the campus for nearly 4 to 6 months. Today, that story has entered a new chapter. Through careful nature-inspired engineering, the pond system has been enhanced to store nearly 100 million litres of water, adding 2 additional months of self-sufficiency for the entire campus. This is the story of how campus prepared for the monsoon, waited for it, received it, and grew stronger with it. Last season, the ponds of IIT Tirupati gained national attention for harvesting around 80 million litres of rainwater, transforming a dry landscape into self-sustained ecosystem. Building on that success, myself as a head engineering unit of IIT Tirupati revisited every detail of the system. Instead of simply increasing earthwork, the focus was on smart storage and control. By optimizing pond geometry and introducing new control structures, the effective storage capacity increased to nearly 100 million litres of water. Those additional 20 million litres are not just a number. In a semi-arid landscape, they mean resilience, they mean assurance, they mean the ability to face uncertainty with confidence. Sometimes sustainability is not about building more, but about understanding better. October 2025 arrived with an unusual contrast. Across many parts of India, rains came early and heavy, causing floods in several regions. But here at IIT Tirupati, between 10th and 14th October 2025, only light showers brushed the campus. The ponds waited with exposed banks. The swales lay quiet. The hills stood ready beneath bright blue skies. The campus was green, alive, yet dry. It was a familiar feeling watching rain elsewhere while trusting the preparation would eventually be rewarded. Here, patience is part of engineering. Around the 17th and 18th October 2025, the sky began to shift. Small clouds gathered gently around the hills, slowly thickening. By the 19th October, patches of blue and drifting clouds played hide and seek with the mountains. The signal was clear. Before the first heavy rain arrived, work began across the campus. Swales were cleaned, drains were desilted, channels were checked and cleared. Because at IIT Tirupati, rain is not just awaited, it is welcomed with readiness. From the 20th and especially the 21st October 2025, the wait finally ended. Rain swept across the campus, rooftops echoed with rhythm, roads shimmered as the water began to flow. Freshly cleaned swales carried their first silver threads of runoff. This was the moment of truth. For every slope, every pipe, every drain, and the system responded as one connected watershed. Nothing rushed, nothing failed. Water followed the paths shaped for it, guided by gravity, geometry, and careful design. Increasing storage from 80 to 100 million liters required precision, not excess. Across the ponds, inlet pipes were adjusted, drain crests were fine-tuned, walls with controlled spouts and new outflow gates were introduced. Each change may appear small, a few centimeters here, a controlled opening there, but together they transformed the behavior of the entire system. This is where engineering becomes subtle. Quiet decisions that determine how long water stays and how safely it leaves. By 22nd October 2025, the rains paused and the transformation revealed itself. Clear blue skies reflected in brimming ponds. The campus turned thick green. The air felt washed, calm and alive. Walking along the embankments, one could sense the quiet power of stored rain captured drop by drop from rooftops, roads, slopes and the grounds. At the intake well near the water treatment plant, water rose to nearly its top operating level. water from every corner. On this campus, every raindrop has a planned journey from rooftops to downpipes, from downpipes to RCC drains, from RCC drains to the box culverts, from the culverts to the swales, and finally into the beautiful ponds. Roads, buildings, open grounds, and hills all contribute. What could have been chaotic runoff becomes a disciplined flow. This discipline is not enforced, it is designed. Standing near the ponds, one hears a soothing chorus, the sound of a campus harvesting water. Invisible engineering. Beneath the surface, another layer of engineering quietly came alive. In areas such as the health center and indoor sports play area, the subsoil drainage system began functioning after just 3 to 4 days of rainfall. These hidden drains intercepted excess underground water, preventing stagnation and protecting pavements and the structures, while guiding water safely towards the storage. These are systems most people never notice, yet when they perform exactly as intended, they earn a deep respect. For an engineer, watching such systems come alive is not just satisfying, it is purely personal. Clouds return. About a week later, the clouds returned one more time. The hills wore soft white blankets of mist. The ponds were already full, yet the system welcomed more. Cleaned and reshaped swales now carried clearer water, slowing flow, trapping sediments, filtering runoff before it reaches the storage. Once storage is secured, every additional spell strengthens groundwater, soil moisture, and life beyond the visible ponds. This season also saw IIT Tirupati host the Inter IIT Sports Meet, supported by newly constructed tennis courts. Construction reshaped local slopes and exposed the region's characteristics red earth. During heavy rains, the soil briefly colored the runoff, adding natural tones to the ponds. On a living campus, even a tennis court reshapes how water moves. By observing these changes, the engineering team continues refining drainage and erosion control, allowing growth without compromise. Overflow, a sign of success. This monsoon season, the ponds filled not once but twice. At times, they've overflowed. Is overflow a loss or is it success? Here, the overflow tells a clear story. The campus captured everything it safely could, nearly 100 million liters of water, and passed the surplus responsibly. An additional 20 million liters of water security was achieved in this season. living ecosystem. Over time, these ponds have become more than storage structures. They are now living ecosystems. The central island hosts what can be called a third generation of birds. Aquatic plants thrive, students, staff, and visitors share the water's edge. Recognized nationally for its water stewardship, IIT Tirupati stands as a reminder that engineering, ecology, and respect for nature can work together. This is not just infrastructure, it is a living classroom, a resilient campus, a message from the watershed itself. Because sustainability is not built in a single season, it is refined, rain after rain. May every campus learn to honor the rain and make every drop count. IIT Tirupati holds and gains the slogan Catch the rain where it falls and when it falls. It exactly replicates the slogan and honoring it.